So today we will discuss about order statistics. In the previous lecture, we discussed about transformation of variable technique. We also obtained the distribution of non-central chi-square, non-central t, non-central f, and we have seen the several examples and the theorem of transformation of one variable, two variables, integral transformation, and others. Now we will talk about the order statistics. Am I audible?
एक्सक्यूज मी सर, आपका आवाज बहुत धीरे से आ रहा है, बहुत लो साउंड कर रहा है।
अभी सुनाई दे रहा है? हेलो?
सर
नो
स्टिल
सर,
वैसा ही।
अभी?
नो
हेलो? अभी?
नो सर।
अब सुनाई दे रहा है?
सर बेटर है अब।
हेलो? हेलो?
यस
यस
सर।
सर।
अभी सुनाई दे रहा है?
हाँ
हाँ
बेटर।
सर, पहले से बेटर है।
ओके, ठीक है. So we will discuss about the order statistics. What do you mean by the order statistics? What is the definition of that? Let x1, x2, xn be IID random variable with common distribution function capital Fx. So here, when x1, x2, xn are IID means independently, identically distributed random variable with the common distribution function fx. Then, if xr is a sum function, x in bracket r is a sum function of x1, x2, xn, and this random variable assume the value small xr, where xr is the rth order observation in x1, x2, xn. Values assumed by the random variable x1, x2, xn in all possible permutation. Then xr is called rth order statistics. So, what do you mean by the order statistics? Let x1, x2, xn be a some IID random variable with the common distribution function fx is given, and let capital X in bracket r is some function of x1, x2, xn, and which take the value small xr, where xr is nothing but the rth order observation of x1, x2, xn value which are assumed by this random variable in all possible permutations. Then XR is said to be a Rth order statistics. So in short, Rth order statistics is nothing but it is the Rth positional value of the random variable x1, x2, xn in all possible permutations. In other words, if we have a x1, x2, xn is written in ascending order of magnitude like x1, that is in the bracket less than x2 less than xn, then xr is called the rth order statistics. So if you arrange your data in ascending order and if you talk about the rth positional value, so it is nothing but the rth order statistics value. So what about the first? It is the first order statistics value. This is the second order statistics, and this is the nth order statistics. Okay, the first is nothing but it is giving the minimum value. The first order statistics is nothing but it is giving the minimum values of x, and last order statistics is nothing but the or maximum, or it is giving the maximum value of random variable. But this is in the all possible permutations. Okay, that you have to see, and make sure that this xi should be IID. Okay, if they are IID having the common distribution functions, and then if you are arranging your data random variables whose value x1, x2, xn in ascending orders, and if you talk about the rth order value, that is said to be rth order statistics, provided this arrangement in all possible permutations. So now we wish to, once we know the rth order statistics, now we wish to find out what is the distribution of order statistics. So first we find out the joint distribution of order statistics. Okay, which are order statistics? X1 to Xn. So since X1, X2, Xn can be arranged in n factorial way, we know that if we wish to arrange the three items X, Y, Z, then how many possible way you can arrange? This is one way. This is second way. This is if you change, what you can change, arrangement can be possible. This is one where X is constant and we are just changing this. Then what you will do?
Keeping Y constant.
You can, yes, you can keep the Y constant here. Okay, let me. Then you just make the position change. So this is X, Z, Y. Now you are just changing the Z should be in the first, sorry, or Y should be in the first, then Z should be in the second, and X should be this. Then Y is the constant. This is the X, Z. Similarly, Z you are making the constant Z, X, Y, and Z, Y, X. Okay, so how many possible way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 is nothing but it is a, because the 3 item it is said to be a 3 factorial. 3 factorial equal to 6 way. So how many possible way you can arrange the items? If there are n items, you can arrange in a n factorial way. See, you have studied the combination and permutation. Permutation is nothing but the talking about the arrangement of a n items. So how many way you can arrange? It is n factorial way. But if you are talking about the selecting r items from n items, then it is a NCR. So this is said to be a NCR is nothing but n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Okay. So here we are talking about the arrangement. Okay. So I am interested to find out the joint distribution of x1, x2, xn. So random variable x1, x2, xn can be arranged in an n factorial way. Then the joint distribution of order statistics x1, x2, xn. Okay. So it is nothing but the joint density is f of x1, x2, xn of x1, x2, xn is nothing but how many way you can arrange? You can arrange in a n factorial way. And because joint density is nothing but the product of a marginal density, so fx of x1 dot 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 fx of xn. In short, joint density is nothing but it is n factorial way product of the individual order statistics. Now, if I am interested to, this is the joint distribution. But if I am interested to find out the marginal distribution of the order statistics, let us say XR1, XR2, XRK. Okay, so if I am writing here, it is written as a X of R1, it is a X of R2, okay, and this is a X of RK. Okay. So if you are arranging in a ascending orders, how many order statistics precede this X? It is the R1th position. Then how many order statistics before this particular? So it is mentioned that it is a R1 minus 1 X values are preceding the R1th order statistics. Okay, जैसे हम लिखते हैं x1 less than x2 less than x3. Okay, if I am talking about this, how many observations preceding to this? So this is nothing but the 2. 2, that is nothing but the 3 minus 1. If I am saying this is the R1, then how many precedes it is R1 minus 1. So that is what it is saying. Now, if you talk about the R2, then how many observations are preceding the R2 observation order statistics? So it is nothing but R2 minus R1 minus 1. Okay, so R2 minus R1 minus 1. That is this many order statistics preceding this. It is R2 minus 1, but what is the how many observations is preceding the R2 and succeeding the R1? So that is the R2 minus R1 minus 1. And likewise, if you are talking about the rkth order statistic, then how many order statistics value are succeeding this? So of course you have rk observation up to this. So what is that? How many are that? It is n minus rk x are succeeding the rth order statistics. I will explain here once again so you can have a more idea. This is your R1 observation. Okay, so I am saying that this is the R1th order statistics. This is said to be R2th order statistics. This is said to be rkth order statistics. Okay, then how many observations preceding this? How many x preceding this particular? So of course you can come to the x1, x2 up to xr1. So how many are preceding this? That is r1 minus 1x preceding this. Okay. Then how many observation between these two? इन दोनों के बीच में कितने आएंगे? तो इसके और इसके बीच में कितने आएंगे? यहाँ पे R2 से पहले कितने हैं? It is R2 minus 1. लेकिन R1 के कितने कितने हैं? R1 minus 1. So that is nothing but R2 minus R1 minus 1. क्यों R2 minus 1 लिखा? क्योंकि ये वाला तो काउंट नहीं होगा. तो इन दोनों के बीच में कितना हो? R2 minus R1 है, but this will be not counted, so you have to subtract minus 1. So R2 minus R1 minus 1 x are lies between the order statistics value R1 and R2. And how many? Because total you have how many? You can have a, let us say xn. So n order statistics values are there. Then how many order statistics are succeeding the rkth order statistics? So of course it is nothing but n minus rk, because this will be considered over here. So it is a n minus rk xr observation. So before the R1th order statistics, how many x are there? R1 minus 1. How many order statistics lies between the R1th and R2th? That is nothing but the R2 minus R1 minus 1. And how many are succeeding the rkth order statistics? Because there are n observations, so it is n minus rk. So that is what it is mentioned here, the same. Now, as I say that, if you are saying that, what is the probability that x is less than or equal to xr1? Okay, that means what is the probability that the observations x preceding the xr1? So here you can say that x preceding to the xr1 has the probability is this, and this is nothing but the our CDF. It is a CDF of f at xr1. Okay, is that clear? So that is what it is mentioned here. And if you wish to find out the probability that, what is the probability that xr1 less than x less than xr2? So of course you can say that it is a probability that x is less than or equal to xr2 less than Elysium equal to nil, minus probability that x is less than xr1. तो इसको हमने क्या कहा है? This is nothing but fx of xr2, और इसको क्या कहते हैं? Minus fx of xr1. XR1. So this is the probability that the observation lies between the R1 order statistics and R2 order statistics is this. This is the probability that the, what is the probability that the observations or the X less than the XR1. तो यहाँ पे वही बात कर रहे हैं. Since XR1 is the rth order statistics, it occupies its position after R1 minus 1th X. Okay. And there are R2 minus R1 minus X preceding to the XR2. R कितने precede कर रहा है? R2 minus R1 minus 1. Similarly, R3 minus R2 minus 1 X preceding to the X3. And N minus RKX are preceding to the, sorry, it is a succeeding, not the preceding. It is a succeeding to the RK. So, if you are saying that any X preceding to the XR1 has the probability, any X which is preceding to the XR1, what is the probability? Its probability is given by this. So in the, this is nothing but the distribution of XR1. Okay. Since X1, X2 up to XR1 minus 1, because आप जब arrangement करेंगे तो what you will get? X1, X2 up to XR1 minus 1. These are all order statistics. Okay. And उसके बाद आएगा ना XR1. तो ये सारे क्या है? Less than है. ठीक है. तो हम इसकी बात कर रहे हैं तो उसकी बात कर रहे हैं. Since X1, X2, XR1 minus 1 are independent and R1 minus X preceding to XR, तो अगर any X which is precede to XR1 has the probability this, so how many such observation precede to XR1? बताइए कितने हैं? How many X are preceding the R1 order statistics? Am I audible? हेलो.
Yes, sir.
हाँ ठीक है. मैंने कहा सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है क्या? तो कितने ऑर्डर स्टैटिस्टिक्स R1 से पहले है? How many?
R1 minus 1.
Yes, it is R1 minus 1. And what I say that X1, X2, X star minus 1s are independent. So each has the probability Fx XR1. Okay. Then what is the probability that the observation precede to XR? How many? So they are R1 minus 1. So it is a Fx of XR1 raised to R1 minus 1. Okay. Now if I wish to find out how many observations lies between, मैंने power क्यों लगाया? Because product होता है ना. Fx of XR1, ठीक है, वापिस आएगा into Fx of XR2, XR1. Likewise, तो कितनी बार होगा ये product? R1 minus 1. Why? Because they are independent. So you can write it as a joint. Joint is nothing but because they are IID, so each has the same probability. So what is the final probability that the X precedes the XR1? It is nothing but the Fx of XR1 raised to R1 minus 1. Okay. Now, if any X lying between the XR1 and XR2, then what is the probability? So this is probability that XR1 is less than X, less than XR2. As I mentioned here, we can write this. So that is what it is written, that it is F of XR2 minus F of XR minus 1. वैसे ही करते हैं ना आप, जैसे यहाँ पे आपको मैं बताता हूँ. जैसे ये x1 x2 xr1 -1 xr1, ठीक है। फिर क्या है, आगे बढ़ते बढ़ते क्या आएगा, xr2 अप टू xr8, लास्ट कहाँ जाएगा, xn, बिकॉज देयर आर n ऑब्जर्वेशन, ठीक है। सो हाउ मेनी ऑब्जर्वेशंस आप यहाँ पे बात कर रहे हैं, आप इसकी बात कर रहे हैं, देन आप इसकी बात कर रहे हैं, एंड देन इसकी बात कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। तो हाउ मेनी ऑब्जर्वेशंस प्रीसीड मतलब यहाँ पे, हाउ मेनी ऑब्जर्वेशन प्रीसीड दिस xr1, so you can see that it is a r1 minus 1, और बिकॉज ये x है तो हम क्या कहें, r1 minus x observations are precede the xr1. How many observations are lies between this to this? When I am saying that lies between this to this, that means ये वाला और ये वाले के बीच में, तो कितने ऑब्जर्वेशन है, r2 minus r1 minus 1, ओके, सही है। आप इन दोनों का सम करो तो क्या मिलेगा, r1 minus 1 plus r2 minus 1 r1 and minus 1, so that is this r1 is cancel out, so this is r2 minus r1, sorry, r2 minus 2, okay. Sorry. इन दोनों के बीच का नहीं है, इट इज लेस देन, हाउ मेनी ऑब्जर्वेशंस विच इज लेस देन दी, r1 is included in this, so this is lies between how many observations it is less than xr2, so that is nothing but and xr1, so that is nothing but the r2 minus r1 minus 1. And how many observation precede this, so it is a n minus xr. Suppose if you take r1 equal to 2, r3 equal to, let us say, r2 equal to 5, okay. So what is that, this is x1, then r1 कितना है 2, तो ये मेरा क्या हो गया x2, and x2 is nothing but my, this is the r1, ठीक है। then what is my x3, sorry, then x3, then x4, and then r2, xr2 is nothing but 5, okay. So and let us say that is the n, xn is let us say 10, और यहाँ पे एक r k equal to मैं 3 लेता हूँ, तो if I am saying that r3 is equal to 7, so it is x6 and x r3 is equal to 7, okay. Now how many observations are less than or less than x2, so that is the 1, so that is we say it is a r1 minus 1, that is the 2 minus 1 is 1, okay. How many observations are lies between xr1 and xr2, so what we say, it is r2 minus r1 minus 1, okay, ऐसा बताया ना, r2 कितना है 5, r1 कितना है 2 minus 1, so how many observation there, it is a 2 observation, तो ये दोनों observation है उसके बीच में, ठीक है। and how many observations are beyond xr3 or x7, so it is a x8, x9 and 10. So that is n minus r3. N minus r3, n is 10, r3 is 7. So how many observations? So 3 observations. So these are the 3. So that is how it is saying that how many observations precede the R1 order statistics? They are R1 minus 1. How many observations are lies between the R1 order statistics and R2 order statistics? They are nothing but R2 minus R1 minus 1. How many observations succeeding the Rkth order statistics? So that is nothing but the n minus Rk. Okay. So what is the probability that any x is less than or equal to xr1? So that is nothing but the fx of xr1. But how many such order statistics are there, or how many such observations are there? So there are r1 minus 1. Then the probability that the observations falls or the preceding the r1 order statistics is nothing but fx of xr1 raised to r1 minus 1. Similarly, how many observations? What is the probability that the observations lies between R1 and R2? So we know that in the probability, usually we are making this kind of a diagram. This is nothing but the XR1 value, and this is nothing but the XR2. Because we know that there is a relation between the XR1 and XR2. XR1 is always less than or equal to XR2. Now, if I wish to find out this probability, I am interested to find out this probability. So how to find out this probability? First, I will find out this. Okay. So it is nothing but probability of that x is less than xr2. And then I will subtract this part from this. So what is that? It is nothing but probability of that x is less than xr1. Okay. And this is nothing but the fx of x2, xr2. And this is the fx of xr1. But how many such observations are lies between xr1 and xr2? So it is the r2 minus xr. So total contribution of observations between in the density xr1 and xr2 is r2 minus r1 minus 1. And what is the contribution of the observation which are preceded or the succeeding the xrk? So how many such observation? So there are any observation which is preceding the succeeding the xrk. Okay, what is that? It is a
n minus rk.
it is a 1 minus f of ना, because probability of x less than or equal to हम लिखते हैं xrk. Okay, इसको हम क्या कहते हैं? fx of xrk. Then 1 minus fx of xrk is nothing but probability of x is greater than xrk. ठीक है? So how many such observation? There are n minus k. So यहाँ पे हम वापस आते हैं. So any x, how यहाँ पे हम बात कर रहे थे, any x lying between the xr1 and xr2, it is nothing but probability of xr1 less than xr2. It is nothing but fx of xr2 minus fx of xr1. Okay. And any x are independent. So as we know that as x are independent, how many such x are there which is lying between the xr1 and xr2? So there are r2 minus r1 minus 1. So which has the probability is fx of xr2 minus fx of xr1 raised to r2 minus r1 minus 1 and so on. So how many x which are larger than the xrk? If I am wished to find out the probability that any x which is larger than XRK, this probability is nothing but 1 minus fx of 1 minus probability of x less than or equal to XRK. So it is nothing but 1 minus fx of XRK. So how many such x are which are larger than the XRK? So it is a n minus r case. Then the n minus r case x succeeding XRK has the probability 1 minus fx of XRK raised to n minus rk. Here instead of the k it should be n minus rk. ठीक है, तो आपको उतना चेंज करना पड़ेगा वहां पे. सो फर्दर आउट दैट एन एक्स, ठीक है, r1 minus r2 minus 1 and up to n minus rk being alike, the total arrangement will be, तो टोटल अरेंजमेंट कितनी है, n फैक्टोरियल में से r1 minus 1 factorials which are the observation which is less than or equal to r1 order statistics. फिर अंदर कितनी होगी, तो अंदर कितने ऑब्जर्वेशन r2 minus r1 minus 1 फैक्टोरियल है, तो दिस मैनी पॉसिबल है अरेंजमेंट. यहाँ पे कितने हैं, r3 minus r2 minus 1, likewise it is a n minus rk factorial. So total arrangement will be n factorial divided by r1 minus 1 factorial, r2 minus r1 minus 1 factorial, likewise. Okay, thus the marginal distribution of the xr1 x2 xrk is the product of this all equation 1 2 3 4 has the probability this, and that is nothing but n factorial into f of x xr1 raised to r1 minus 1, then f of xr2 minus f of xr1 raised to r2 minus r1 minus 1. Similarly, fx of xr3 minus fx of xr2 r3 minus r2 minus 1 up to 1 minus fx of xrk raised to n minus rk. And how many way it is arranging? It is n factorial upon r1 minus 1 factorial, r2 minus 1 factorial, r3 minus r2 minus 1 factorial up to n minus rk factorial. So this is nothing but the joint density of order statistics r1, r2, rk. Any questions up to anyone? See, this is very important. If you can understand that particular the line, how many observation precede the r1 order statistics, how many observation lies between the r1 order statistics and r2 order statistics, and how many observations succeeding the rkth order statistics. So if you identify that numbers, then it is very simple to understand the order statistics. And because we have considered the IID, so the joint density is nothing but the product of the marginal density. And further what that, because within that, because we are finding the order statistics, so we have all possible arrangements are there. So how many ways we can arrange the observation, so that is given that, and total observation arrangement is n factorial, but we are fixing. So when I am fixing the xr1, then how many ways I can arrange the previous one. So how many observation, they are r1 minus 1, so I can arrange the previous x which are preceding the xr1 is r1 minus 1 factorial way. Similarly, the observation which is lies between the r1 order statistics and r2 order statistics, which how many way I can arrange. So it is a how many observation lies between these r2 minus r1 minus 1. So I can arrange them a r2 minus r1 minus 1 factorial. Okay. So that is how I have divided total arrangement to the corresponding arrangement, and then I have just write the joint density. Any questions? Anyone? Because of this possible arrangement, okay, I have written in the general setup, then I will just substitute r1 equal to 1, then what happened, rk equal to n, then what happened. So we will find out the density of the minimum value of x, maximum value of x, that is the smallest order statistics and the larger order statistics. Then the difference between, or you can say the range of two observations. So that is nothing but the range is nothing but it is a difference between the two order statistics. बताइए इसमें कोई query? Anyone?
No, sir.
Anyone?
sir.
सी कहीं पे भी अगर कंफ्यूजन है तो पूछ लेने का है, क्योंकि ये क्या है, एक बार चला जाएगा फिर वापस नहीं आएगा। ठीक है, आपके पास अपॉर्चुनिटी है, यू कैन हैव द वीडियो, यू कैन अगेन रिपीट इट, बट इफ यू हैव स्टिल एनी क्वेश्चंस, because what I explained, this is very important. You should understand this one. How many observations precede the XR1? So that is, so how many X, so there are R1 minus 1. How many observation lies between XR1 and XR2? यहाँ पे हम कंफ्यूज होते हैं, क्यों R2 minus R1 minus 1 लिखा है, कुछ गड़बड़ है. That is how I have given the R1 equal to R2 equal to 5 and R3 equal to 7, so that we can have a exact idea that this many observations are lies between this. Okay. No questions, then we move forward. So this is nothing but the joint density of that. Now I am interested to find out the particular case distribution of x1. x1 क्या है? When I am saying x in bracket 1, it means I am talking about the smallest value of x, and that is how it is said to be a minimum of xi, and maximum of xi is a xn. I told you that the observations x1, x2, xn are nothing but they are the function of x. They are the function of some function of x1, x2, xn. So you can see that when you apply the minimum function of x, you will get the x1. You will apply the maximum function of x, you will get the xn. Xn is nothing but the largest order statistic. Then I wish to find out what is the distribution of joint distribution of xr and xn, where r is less than s. And then I will say that if I am writing r equal to 1 and s equal to n, that means I am finding the joint distribution of the first order statistics and the last order statistics. तो उसके बारे में तो हम यहाँ पे रखते हैं, because I am interested to find out minimum of xi. So that is nothing but the, it is a x1, and when it is a x1, that means I will substitute, what I will substitute, r k equal to 1. Okay, and in k equal to 1 I will get the r1, and r1 equal to what I will substitute 1. Okay, so first here if I will substitute the k equal to 1, because I am talking about only one order statistics, this is the joint density. So substitute k equal to 1, what will you get? N factorial, then r1 minus 1 factorial, because now this term will not there, and then n minus r1 factorial. Okay, because k equal to 1. Then this quantity will come fx of xr1 raised to r1 minus 1. Then directly we will come to that, it is a 1 minus fx1 raised to n minus r1. Okay. ठीक है, एंड देन द जॉइंट डेंसिटी आर करस्पॉन्डिंग. ये तो होने के बाद हर एक का पीडीएफ भी साथ में आएगा, दैट इज द कंट्रीब्यूशन. देन fx1, xr2, xrk, तो k इक्वल टू 1 है तो fx ऑफ r1 यहाँ पे रखा. तो नाउ अभी क्या ये है, तो नाउ यू विश टू फाइंड आउट द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ मिनिमम ऑफ x. तो x1, तो r1 की जगह पे क्या सब्स्टिट्यूट करना है, यू हैव टू सब्स्टिट्यूट r1 इक्वल टू 1. तो fx ऑफ x1, okay, what is that? It is n factorial upon r1 means 1 minus 1 factorial. So 1 minus 1 factorial is 0 factorial, 0 factorial is 1, and here क्या बचेगा, n minus 1 factorial. Okay, and then it is a r1 यहाँ पे 1 है तो 1 minus 1 is 0, तो fx1 raised to 0 is 1, and इसका क्या होगा, n minus 1, तो 1 minus fx1 of n minus 1, and this is fx of x1. So n factorial upon n minus 1 factorial can be written as n minus n into n minus 1 factorial upon n minus 1 factorial. So this will cancel out, तो क्या बचा, n बचा, तो that is how it is n. And what is that? It is 1 minus fx of x1 raised to n minus 1 and small fx of x1. So this is nothing but the PDF of smallest observation. Okay, PDF of a smallest order observation or the smallest order statistics, that is the first order statistics. तो कई बार आपको क्या है कि सपोज दिया है कि भाई if x has the exponential distribution, find out the minimum of x, find out the distribution of maximum of f. So you can easily find out by using this particular form. We'll see few example later on. Now, if I am interested to obtain the largest order statistics, then what happen? I have to substitute Rk equal to, sorry, k equal to n. That means I have to find out Rn, and Rn is equal to n. Okay. So just substitute Rk equal to n. What will you get? This part will be gone. तो बचेगा क्या यहाँ पे? ठीक है, क्या बचेगा? इसके आगे वाला टर्म क्या रहेगा? एफ एक्स एक्स आर 3 माइनस एफ एक्स एक्स आर 2. तो यहाँ पे एक्स एन माइनस एक्स एन 1. ओके, देखते हैं यहाँ पे. तो आप क्या रखेंगे? To find out this, you are substituting the R1 equal to n, and when you substitute R1 equal to n, because we are talking about the largest order statistics, in that case R1 equal to आप n substitute करो तो क्या होगा? n factorial upon n minus 1 factorial into n minus n, that is 0 factorial. और यहाँ पे क्या आएगा? fx n raised to Rn, सॉरी R1 की जगह पे n रखेंगे तो n minus 1, यहाँ पे n minus n, so that is the 0, so anything raised to 0 is 1, and this fx of n, so it is a n into fx n raised to n minus 1 into small fx. So this is nothing but the joint density of, or sorry, it is a density of the largest order statistics. So what is the smallest order statistics? It is a fx of x1 is nothing but n into, यही है ना? ठीक है, 1 minus fx of x1 raised to n minus 1 fx of x1. This is for the smallest, this is for the largest. तो आपको एग्जाम में, सी आपकी एग्जाम सब होगी ऑफलाइन, तो आपको हम पूछ सकते हैं कि obtain the joint density of the order statistics and further obtain the smallest density for the smallest order statistics and the largest order statistics. तो आपको इसमें से ही deduce करना, and then you have to obtain by as a particular case. Now third point is that I am interested to find out the joint density of XR and XS. तो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? I have to take the k equal to 2. There are two observations. So let us say I am interested to find out the joint density of R1 and R2. Then later on I will replace R1 by R and R2 by S. So just here, because you wish to find out the joint density, it is n factorial into fx of xr1 raised to r1 minus 1 into fx of xr2 minus fx of xr1 raised to r2 minus r1 minus 1. फिर यहाँ पे लास्ट में क्या आएगा? into 1 minus fx of x2 raised to n minus r2 and into fx of, यहाँ पे fx of x, fx of y लिखा है, बट x क्या है? xr1 and y क्या है? xr2. ठीक है, इसको आप ऐसे भी लिख सकते हैं, n factorial upon r1 minus 1 factorial into r2 minus r1 minus 1 factorial into n minus r2 factorial fx of xr1 raised to r1 minus 1 into fx of r2 xr2 minus fx of xr1 raised to r2 minus r1 minus 1 into लास्ट में क्या आएगा? How many precedes then xr2, sorry, succeeded then the xr2? It is a n minus r2 and into fx of xr1 into fx of xr2 small fx. ओके तो वही लिखा है. नाउ आई एम इंटरेस्टेड टू फाइंड आउट the joint density of R and S. So I will write R1 equal to R and R2 equal to S, where R1 is less than R2, that is how R is less than S. So substitute it, n factorial, R1 की जगह पे क्या रखो R, तो it is R1 minus 1 factorial, R2 की जगह पे S, तो S minus R minus 1 factorial and n minus S factorial, ठीक है. Then fx raised to R minus 1, fx of S minus fx of R raised to S minus R minus 1 and 1 minus fx of, what is that? 1 minus fx of xr2 जगह पे क्या है S है, तो fx of xs raised to n minus n and fx of xr and xs. तो यहाँ पे उन्होंने लिख दिया है कि xr and xs by small x and small y. अब ये आपको आर एन एस का तो जॉइंट डेंसिटी मिल गया. नाउ देन इट इज सेइंग दैट सपोज R1 इक्वल टू 1 एंड R2 इक्वल टू और S इक्वल टू n, देन व्हाट इज द जॉइंट डेंसिटी ऑफ द मिनिमम ऑर्डर स्टैटिस्टिक्स एंड द लार्जेस्ट ऑर्डर स्टैटिस्टिक्स. तो यहाँ पे आपको क्या करना है, तो सब्स्टिट्यूट R इक्वल टू 1 एंड S इक्वल टू n. तो सब्स्टिट्यूट करो तो क्या मिलेगा, n फैक्टोरियल, r क्या है 1, 1 माइनस 1 फैक्टोरियल इज 0 फैक्टोरियल, दैट इज द 1. s क्या है n, n माइनस r क्या है 1 माइनस 1, दैट इज n माइनस 2 फैक्टोरियल, एंड ये क्या आएगा n माइनस n फैक्टोरियल, दैट इज 0 फैक्टोरियल. तो यहाँ मिलेगा n फैक्टोरियल अपॉन n माइनस 2 फैक्टोरियल, ये एक बचा. फिर क्या मिलेगा यहाँ पे fx रेस्ट टू r1 माइनस 1, तो 1 माइनस 1 इज तो 0, तो ये एनीथिंग रेस्ट टू 0 इज 1. यहाँ पे क्या बचेगा n माइनस 1 दैट इज n माइनस 2, तो दैट इज fx ऑफ xn माइनस fx ऑफ x1 रेस्ट टू n माइनस 2. ओके, और यहाँ पे क्या आएगा n माइनस n, दैट इज द 0, तो एनीथिंग रेस्ट टू 0 इज 1, और फिर ये क्या बचेगा fx ऑफ x1 इंटू fx ऑफ xn. ओके, तो n फैक्टोरियल को n माइनस 2 फैक्टोरियल क्या लिख सकते हैं, n इंटू n माइनस 1 इंटू n माइनस 2 फैक्टोरियल डिवाइड बाय n माइनस 2 फैक्टोरियल, दिस इज कैंसिल आउट, तो क्या बचा n माइनस 1, n इंटू n माइनस 1, तो ये लिखा. यहाँ पे ये जो है वो यहाँ आ गया और ये है वो यहाँ आ गया. So this is nothing but the joint density of the first order statistics and the nth order statistics. Any questions up to this? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. Boys, any problem? Girls को तो कोई problem नहीं है. ठीक है, ये हम जब समझते हैं ना तो बहुत सिंपल लिखता है, लेकिन अगर आप वो कॉन्सेप्चुअली क्लियर हो गए देन ऑर्डर स्टैटिस्टिक्स इज वेरी सिंपल, और आप ऑर्डर स्टैटिस्टिक्स हर चीज में आएगा. आप आगे जितना भी पढ़ेंगे ऑर्डर स्टैटिस्टिक्स आएगा. लाइफ टेस्टिंग में ऑर्डर स्टैटिस्टिक्स हैज लॉट्स ऑफ एप्लीकेशंस. Okay, reliability and life testing में we wish to find out what is the minimum lifetime of a component, maximum lifetime of a component, what is the probability that the component will survive between the 5 hours to 10 hours. So likewise, so order statistics has the very important role. Okay, now we wish to have one theorem. The distribution of the area between two order statistics, जैसे हमने बताया R and S, so there are two order statistics, तो इनके बीच का जो एरिया है उसका जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है, डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ द एरिया बिटवीन द rth ऑर्डर स्टैटिस्टिक्स एंड s ऑर्डर स्टैटिस्टिक्स, ठीक है, इसकी बात कर रहे हैं, इज इंडिपेंडेंट ऑफ द फॉर्म ऑफ द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ x. तो ये जो एरिया का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है विच इज फ्री फ्रॉम द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, द फॉर्म ऑफ डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ x, कोई भी क्यों एक का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हो, एक्सपोनेंशियल हो, गामा हो, कुछ भी क्यों ना, बट इट इज फ्री फ्रॉम देम. ओके, तो वो हम प्रूव करेंगे यहाँ पे. तो वी नो दैट द जॉइंट distribution of order statistics x1, x2, xn is n factorial into the product of f of xi, where I running from 1 to n. Let if I am saying that ui, मैं नोटेशन, क्योंकि मुझे बार बार ये लिखना ना पड़े, इसको मैं नोटेशन यूज करता हूँ एफ एक्स ऑफ एक्स आई, मतलब ith ऑर्डर स्टेटिस्टिक्स का जो CDF है उसको मैं क्या कहता हूँ UI, एंड आई नो दैट व्हाट इज द रेंज ऑफ FX, FX की रेंज क्या आती है 0 to 1, तो इसका मतलब कोई भी ऑर्डर स्टेटिस्टिक्स है उसकी रेंज क्या आएगी 0 to 1, सही ना?
हाँ सर.
ओके, तो यहाँ पे लेट UI इक्वल टू FX ऑफ XI, एंड FF ऑफ XI क्या है, इट इज अ प्रोबेबिलिटी दैट the X is preceding the ith order statistics, and it is nothing but it is known as a, if the distribution, if the range of X is, let us say, minus infinity to infinity, then it is a minus infinity to xi fx dx. Okay, I running from 1 to n. ठीक है, and if I am taking the derivative of u, what I will get, d of ui is nothing but derivative of fx xi, and that is nothing but the small ff of xi. So derivative of CDF is always give us a PDF. So DUI is nothing but it is the PDF of the ith order statistics. ठीक है, जो यहाँ पे है PDF of the first order statistics क्या है, तो ये है. ठीक है, okay. Thus the joint density of U1, U2, UN. हम क्या करना चाहेंगे, we are trying to find out the joint distribution of U1, U2, UN. What is that? F of U1, U2, UN is nothing but n factorial into du1, du2, dun. ये ऐसा क्यों लिखा, क्योंकि fx of I क्या लिखा है, it is a dui. So joint density of x1, x2, xn is nothing but n factorial into du1, d2, dun. And what is the range of u? It is lies between 0 to 1, but u1, u2, un are nothing but they are order statistics. So what is the range? It is 0 less than equal to u1 less than u2 less than un minus 1 less than un less than 1. इसकी रेंज क्या है, ऐसी है. un minus 1 less than un less than or equal to 1. Okay. So let us obtain the distribution of the area between the x1 and xn. तो x1 and xn का एरिया का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन फाइंड करना है. ठीक है, तो इसका मतलब आई एम इंटरेस्टेड टू फाइंड आउट द जॉइंट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ u1 एंड u2. तो इसके बीच का जो एरिया है वो मुझे ढूंढना है. ओके, तो इट इज एज गुड एज द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बिटवीन u1 एंड u2. तो जॉइंट डेंसिटी ऑफ u1 u2 इज गिवन बाय, तो कैसे मिलेगा जॉइंट डेंसिटी, जैसे आपके पास है f ऑफ x1 x2, इसकी जॉइंट डेंसिटी है. अब आपको सिर्फ f ऑफ x1 चाहिए, तो आप क्या करते हैं, यू आर इंटीग्रेटिंग f ऑफ x1 x2 विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू x2. तो जैसे आप x2 से इंटीग्रेट करेंगे यू विल गेट द मार्जिनल. तो यहाँ पे मुझे क्या चाहिए, आई एम इंटरेस्टेड टू ऑब्टेन द जॉइंट डेंसिटी ऑफ u1 एंड un. तो बीच में कितने रहते हैं, u2 से लेके un minus 1. तो आई हैव टू इंटीग्रेट आउट this joint density by u2 u3 up to un minus 1. Then I will get the f of u1 un. So I have to integrate this with respect to u2 u3 and un minus 1. So it is n factorial. What is the range of, अब यहाँ पे समझने जैसा है, ये मेरा u1 u2 u3 un minus 2 un minus 1 एंड un. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे ये है 0 है और यहाँ पे ये 1 है. ओके, so if I wish to find out the area between the u1 and u2, so what is the range of u1? u1 की रेंज क्या आएगी, 0 to u2. so what is the range of u2? u2 कहाँ किसके बीच में है, u1 and u3 के बीच में. सिमिलरली un minus 1 किसके बीच में है, un माइनस वन टू un माइनस टू टू un। ठीक है, तो जब आप इंटीग्रेशन करते हैं तो एक्चुअली आपका इंटीग्रेशन कैसा होता है, u1 एंड un के बीच की बात कर रहे हैं, तो आई एम इंटरेस्टेड इन दिस पार्ट, ये एरिया अंडर बिटवीन दिस, इसकी बात कर रहा हूँ। ठीक है, तो u1 है, u1 एंड u2, तो u2 की रेंज क्या है बताइए, u2 की रेंज क्या है?
U1 से U3।
तो u1 से u3, फिर u4 की क्या है?
U3 से U5।
हम्म, पक्का?
हाँ सर, आप U4 बोले ना।
मैं u4 यहाँ पे लिया, तो u4 की रेंज क्या है?
U3 से U5।
नो, u4 की बात कर रहे हैं। ठीक है, सॉरी, u3 की, u3 की क्या है रेंज?
तो
U1 to
U2,
U4,
नहीं, U2 to U4।
मैं तो
U1 to
एरिया
U4,
ढूंढ रहा हूँ u1 से un के बीच का, तो u3 किसके बीच में आएगा?
U1 to
u1 से
UN.
u4 के बीच में आएगा ना,
Yes.
सही है ना? आई एम
Yes.
फाइंडिंग
यस
एरिया
सर।
बिटवीन u1 टू
हाँ।
un, तो इसका मतलब ये कहाँ आएगा, u1 से
U4.
u4, ये क्या था, du2, क्योंकि डेंसिटी बिटवीन द u1 एंड u3, ये क्या आएगा, du3, और अब तो मैं ऐसे जाऊंगा du(n माइनस वन), तो कहाँ आएगा, इट इज ए u1 से un के बीच है ना, un माइनस वन इज लाइज बिटवीन u1 एंड un। ठीक है, तो इसको मैं ऐसे लिख
यस
सकता
सर।
हूँ, इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ चेंज u1 से un, u1 से un माइनस वन अप टू u1 से u4, u1 से u3 इंटू du2 से लेके du(n माइनस वन), लिख सकते हैं ना? ये सारे डी ले लिए, जो रेंज बड़ी वाली थी u1 को un, उसको आगे ले गया, आई कैन राइट आइदर इंटीग्रेशन ऐसे करो या वैसे करो। ठीक है, तो ये जो है ना, ये क्यों आया, मैंने ऐसे क्यों लिखा है, क्योंकि मैंने यहाँ सीधा ये लिखा है, तो आप कंफ्यूज होते हैं ये क्यों सर ऐसा हो गया। ठीक है, एक्चुअली ये जो पहला इंटीग्रेशन है वो किसका है, un माइनस वन के लिए, u1 टू un। दूसरा इंटीग्रेशन आएगा वो कौन सा है, दिस इज फॉर दी du(n माइनस टू), दैट मीन्स u1 टू ये un माइनस वन likewise, और ये u1 टू u4 एंड u1 टू u3, दिस इज मिस्टेक, इसलिए u1 un माइनस वन। ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे दैट इज हाउ आई हैव रिटन, समझ में आया? क्योंकि ये सीधा लिखा है तो आप कंफ्यूज हो गए कैसे आ गया, तो एक्चुअली आया है ऐसे, because we I am interested to find out the observation or the statistics lies between u1 to un. So if I am talking about the second order statistics, then the range is u1 to u3 maximum. If I am talking about the third order statistics, the range is u1 to u4. If I am talking about the n minus 1 order statistics, then range is u1 to un. The smallest, because I am finding the area between the u1 and un. ठीक है, तो दिस इज हाउ, अब नाउ मैं क्या करूंगा, आई विल मेक इंटीग्रेशन। अब du2 का इंटीग्रेट करेंगे तो क्या आएगा, इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ du2, तो बताएगा, आप करते हैं ना इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ वन du, तो क्या आएगा, इट इज ए u, और ये क्या है, सपोज u1 टू u3 है, तो उसकी क्या आएगी, u1 टू u3, दैट मीन्स यू कैन राइट u3 माइनस u1। ओके, तो यहाँ पे वही लिखा है, du2 का आप इंटीग्रेशन करेंगे विथ रिस्पेक्ट टू इन द रेंज ऑफ u1 टू u3, व्हाट यू विल गेट, you will get the u is lies between u1 and u3, तो you will get u3 minus u1। फिर du3 का करेंगे तो आपको क्या मिलेगा, क्या मिलेगा, u3 माइनस u1 तो कांस्टेंट है, क्या है, क्या आएगा बताइए।
सर U3 का तो U1 से U4 है तो U4 माइनस U1 हो जाएगा।
तो यहाँ पे हमने U4 माइनस माइनस U1 स्क्वायर बाई 2 क्यों लिखा है? जैसे हम ये दो पकड़ते हैं, U1 से U4, देन U1 से U3, DU2 एंड DU3। तो U1 से U4, ठीक है। अब इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ ऐसे करते हैं, U1 से U3 DU2 DU3। तो ये क्या हो गया, U1 से U4, DU2 क्या क्या आएगा, इट इज U2 रेंज इज U1 to U3 एंड ये DU3, ठीक है, सही है ना। इट इज
यस।
U1 to U4। अब यहाँ पे क्या है, इट इज U3 माइनस U1 DU3। अब ये करना पड़ेगा, तो क्या है U3 का क्या आएगा, सेपरेट आउट करो, U1 to U4 U3 DU3 माइनस U1 to U4 U1 DU3, ठीक है। तो व्हाट विल यू गेट हियर, U3 स्क्वायर बाई 2, यह आएगा U1 to U4 माइनस U1 तो बाहर निकल गया। अब ये DU3 का क्या आएगा, U3 एंड यहाँ पे U1 to U4। तो दिस इज नथिंग बट U3 U4 माइनस U1 होल स्क्वायर बाई 2, ठीक है। अब ये माइनस क्या है चक्कर इसका, व्हाट इज दिस, U1, और ये क्या आएगा U4 माइनस U1, ऐसा आता है ना।
यस
तो
सर।
ये आया U4 माइनस U1 स्क्वायर बाई 2 माइनस U1 U4 प्लस U1 स्क्वायर, ठीक है। तो इसको हम करते हैं सिंप्लीफाई, U4 स्क्वायर माइनस 2 4 U1 2 U4 U1 प्लस U1 स्क्वायर बाई 2 माइनस U1 U4 प्लस U1 स्क्वायर। तो व्हाट विल यू गेट, इट इज U4 स्क्वायर बाई 2, और ये माइनस 2 कैंसिल हो गया, तो माइनस U4 U1, ठीक है, प्लस क्या हो गया U1 स्क्वायर बाई 2 प्लस U1 स्क्वायर, ऐसा है। सॉरी, ये माइनस U1 U4 रह गया। तो व्हाट विल यू गेट, इट इज U4 स्क्वायर बाई 2 माइनस ट्वाइस ऑफ U4 U1 प्लस, कुछ गड़बड़ है, तो मिस्टेक है क्या आपने, ये माइनस U1 है तो ये ठीक है, माइनस U4 माइनस U1 बराबर है, तो ये तो बराबर लग रहा है। तो क्या आएगा यहाँ पे 3 U1 स्क्वायर बाई 2। तो इसको क्या लिख सकते हैं, ये तो नहीं लिख सकते, ये कैसे है, कुछ गड़बड़ है ना, ये कैसा है। हाउ विल यू गेट दिस, तो जनरल सेटअप में ये कैसे आएगा बताइए। कैंसिल आउट हो रहा है कुछ यहाँ पे, बराबर है यहाँ तक, तो u3 माइनस u1 du3, ओके। तो u3 माइनस u1 इसको डायरेक्टली स्क्वायर डिवाइड बाई 2 ले लिया सर, ऐसे कैसे ले सकते? ये तो इन्होंने सीधा ऐसा लिखा है u3 माइनस u1 स्क्वायर बाई 2, और यहाँ पे ले लिया उन्होंने u1 से u4, तो दैट इज u4 माइनस u1 स्क्वायर डिवाइड बाई 2 माइनस u1 माइनस u1 स्क्वायर डिवाइड बाई 2, दैट इज हाउ दे हैव रिटन u4 माइनस u1। ठीक है, ये बराबर है, we can, so right, in that way you can write, and similarly आप इंटीग्रेशन करते जाएंगे तो आपको मिलता जाएगा वैसे वैसे, ठीक है। u4 माइनस 2, यहाँ पे 2 का 3 का करेंगे तो नीचे क्या आएगा, 2 तो है बाहर निकलेगा, स्क्वायर है तो उसका क्या होगा, क्यूब डिवाइड बाई 3, तो वैसे करते करते n माइनस 2 है तो 2 इंटू 3 इंटू 4 इंटू n माइनस 2, दैट इज n माइनस 2 फैक्टोरियल इंटू दिस, तो फाइनली यू विल गेट this as the joint density of u1 and un. It is a n into n minus 1, that is the area between two order statistics. अब इसको हम वेरीफाई यहाँ पे से भी कर सकते हैं, let us go. If I am saying that S and R and S का joint density अपने पास है ना, I am interested to find out the area under the Rth order statistics, तो ये वाला आएगा, okay. So this is nothing but the, what is the distribution of area under the order statistics u1 and un, so this is given by this n into n minus 1. Now what is my objective? My objective is that I wish to prove that the area under any two order statistics, ये तो मैंने first and n लिया है, I can take any order statistics between 2, it is a free from the independent form of a distribution of a x, तो वो पार्ट देखेंगे हम कल, ठीक है। Any questions, anyone?